on the YouTube.
Hey guys, what's going on? Damnation-n-Hellfire here with another episode of Battle Pirates No Quarter. We are now on episode number 87, and I titled this one "We're on Fire" because the name of the raid, unless I'm slightly mistaken, is Eternal Fire. Yeah. So, what's everybody think of the raid? I'll go first. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I haven't hit any target other than the 903, and boy, I like that target. Let me tell you.
Yep. Yeah, 903 is good. Love them. And as Watchman just said, just on the pre-show, that even if you go in there and don't hit anything, if you just go and sit in the corner, you get 225% res, apparently.
229%.
No, 229. Oh, I was out of there.
Yeah, technically.
So if you're short on res and you want points and you don't want to do anything, go and sit in the corner and let someone else do the work for you.
Yeah.
That's
Go
what
ahead.
I've been doing after had a little help getting a few points. I go in, I've been hitting a target, sit there and get somebody come and join me. They sit in the corner, I finish the target up, and the best one I've gotten about 25 minutes of damage. And I'll end up hitting 2 targets. When I get up to about an hour and a half damage, I go back to the base, let us long repair, then go back out, hit a couple more, let people come in and join me to get a few points, and I've been enjoying this.
Yeah, I would agree.
I thought the 134 wasn't too bad. The 136 wasn't too bad. The 903 was the best target out of them all. And the 505 to complete the set for the bonus, I don't think the bonus was worth having that set. They could have left that target completely out. Because you only got 250k and at minimum 2 hours damage for doing that target alone. Everything else in the raid was fine.
Well, by doing the 903, you're getting a 250 bonus, so that pretty much... I mean, and I'm getting like about 15 minutes repair on a 903. So, yeah, the 250 bonus, if you're hitting the 1013 and whatever, and getting that much damage, you're doing a hell of a lot more 903s.
I kind of feel a little bit bad for Fanghorn for making all these targets, and now for the most part, like the 903 is really the only one that's really get hit to any extent out of all the new stuff. I mean, yes, the 134s and 136s and 505, some people are doing those, but for the largest majority, everybody's doing the 903.
Because they're co-op. Everybody's having fun, helping other players.
Yeah. Well, I would like to throw, I have to say, I think it's truly, before I knock anything, but I explain how I feel about it. I think it's the best co-op that I've ever encountered, and not as far as timing, as far as the design, the points, everything. As a catch-up mechanism, it's amazing. For those who like to really perfect their skills, it's also good at the same time. There's because you can just run right through it and take some damage. You could try to get maximum points. Also, that's another thing you can go for. If that's going to take earning a lot of damage, but that's a possibility also. You can hide in the corner and take partial points, and then have somebody else picking up res and points hiding at the bottom. I mean, it's a total win. I think that I agree with Damnation's statement on the other targets are not getting hit, but that's kind of by design. I guess if they could make more targets with all those aspects I just mentioned, I'd be interested in hitting those at any level. So if they can duplicate, I don't think this target came out the way it is on purpose. Actually, I don't. I think that I don't think it was intended to be this way.
Well, I think to a certain degree, yes, and to a certain degree, no. Because these types of targets, just by design, are going to be one of those things that if you sit back and let the target engage itself, you're going to get less points for less damage. But if you go in and try to engage everything, you're going to get more points for more damage. But I don't think they expected quite as many people to opt for I'm going to sit back and let the target kill as much of itself as it can
Right.
solution, you know?
Right. No, I think they really did plan on 2 players going in, balls to the walls, gun ho, and fighting all the ships.
You mean when they tested it, Ross?
I'm just saying,
When they tested it.
I don't know. I actually don't know. So I can say I don't know about this.
All jokes aside, yeah, it's been a great target. We've been able to help lower level players, that have got lesser fleets, give them a chance to get stuff they're going to need, to move them forward in the game and pick up some good points, and even help each other because, we've been sort of jumping into each other's targets as well when we're finishing one before the other. So if small little ones are not on, it's good. It's as for the 505, I won't even bother visiting that thing. I'm never even going to see one inside of it, well, my ships won't,
I did want to talk about another aspect of this 903 that I'm finding interesting, and it lends itself to the good old, the battle pirate spirit, in my opinion, is this fact that a player can come along and jump in the target and snag some points, and when you're trying to prep for somebody else. Now that's the good old pirating. We got it going on left and right where I'm at, and I think that's hilarious. And then people get pissed off and they go smash bases and everything because other people jumped in targets. This is the most fun I've had in a long time.
I would totally have to agree with that. This reminds me of the raids of old times, where you could like the damaged coin ratio in the 903 is right about where I remember it being back when I had the most fun playing this game. Plus you have time to go out and do other things if you want to incorporate other things into your play time too, because you're getting a decent point per time return.
Yes. And so I hope it's a win for them as a model. I mean, I think players are spending money because the activity's high, and people are also, like we just mentioned, hitting bases on the side. They're going off and doing other things, and they're coining those things. I'm watching, and so I hope that this at least gives them I'd like this duplicated or similar or try to in the future. It's good.
One of the things that I saw on a couple of different pages and one of the other shows, people were asking questions about why the 903 is 1,000,000 points and no one ever gets the 1,000,000 points.
Oh.
Well, you have to go in there and you have to kill all the buildings and all the ships before the ships destroy any buildings to get the max points.
Yeah, and I'm pretty I'm at 99.99999 infinite 9% sure that getting 1,000,000 points is totally fucking impossible.
Correct. It's
Correct.
Just not. But some have done really well on getting a lot of points, more than I've thought were possible.
I know some people have gotten like in the 850,000 range, maybe even almost the 900,000 range.
And that's just so high, in my opinion. I mean, that's just, that's pretty good.
My best was in the 600s, but I also ended up taking a lot of damage that way.
Yeah. Well, we always been saying that, we like to have co-op targets to be able to help our lower level alliance players. And I hope that they do keep this up, make in future raids, so we'll all be able to help each other more and more. And then, if they keep this up, maybe, just maybe, we'll be able to get some of the older players back, because some of them that we'll be able to help them get caught up. They might not have the fleet, but all they have to do is get a fleet stuck in there, and they get points, and we get them up where they can get prizes. And players that might be in the 30s, level 30 to level 40, even level 50, mid-range players, they can come in and get points too, and we just help everybody out and just have fun. And I hope that they keep this up in the future.
Well-
Yes, the ability for the this particular raid cycle that we had drop tier fleets able to enter the top target helped with a lot of teamwork between alliances, getting their lower players to get those points to evaluate them a little bit or evaluate them a little better in tech.
Yeah, I'm really glad to see some of those restrictions going away. I really am. I'd like to see some of those restrictions go away. Well, I mean, never mind, because I was going to say the opposite way where you could hit down, but hitting down anymore, you need an entirely different fucking fleet, so that wouldn't matter.
But yeah, it's a good. I mean, I wish. I guess the only, well, not the only, but is if the other targets were similar, in the way they paid and they reacted. The 505 or whatever the 500 thing, if that was similar, that'd be even better, because then you could get the medium players doing the same type of activity as the higher level.
But I mean, to me, and I could be wrong, this could just be me thinking based on myself, but I think this is the kind of event too that your people who don't normally coin are more likely to coin because they're having fun doing it and they're feeling like they're getting somewhere, as opposed to I'm spending money but I'm not getting anywhere.
They are, yeah, and you're right though, and they are getting somewhere. They're so, they can have, but they're not going to get like. They're going to get the next raid fleet. That's what's needed, and so it's perfect. It's in timing. It couldn't have been any better. This for a raid. This is what's needed. Is so we can get all those people. Yeah, I've got a returning player in their level 80s, and so you don't have the fleets even to go get the stuff to do that. Well, how long do you think they're going to stay in the game? Returning if they don't have the fleets to even have fun. Well, I know that answer, and they're my friends, so I'm pretty excited the fact that now we can get the raid fleet and they'll be able to progress in the game on their own and have a good time.
I think it was only 10 million points to get the new ship, the torpedo and the special, which means just sitting in I think it's about 40 903s.
It's a lot of time. It is, but that's good. I mean that's good. It kind of adds part of that old grind just from sitting, earning your keep. You can't just come on and go be a newbie and get it granted to you right off the bat either. So I like that fact. You have to be engaging and also be like a teammate. It builds a team. I do see some arguments, but I see what a great team building this has done for my alliance. Seriously, I got players just that are so happy and with each other and so thankful, and it's just by design. It's just how it works, and it's good.
And people are going to start thinking we drank the Kool-Aid because we've never had a show this positive right from the get-go.
No, it has been good, hasn't it? Because we are seeing so much interaction between players and help and stuff like that. It's good, and that's how the game used to be a long way back when you could help more, and it's good to see that coming back again, whether it's by default or whether it's a happy accident. But it's great, that we can do that, and it's hope going forward we get more like this. The game needs it. The game needs it.
The target also was not a super long grind. I think we were doing minimum 5-minute runs.
Yeah.
For me, it's usually about 8 minutes, I think, because I usually just sit there often, don't do anything till usually about the 11 or 10 minute mark just to make sure everything's done firing that can fire and killing everything I can kill, and then I move. And then it takes me probably 3 minutes to do the rest of the target.
See this, this target's awesome for me. It's like I love autoing, right? This one you can't. So, but it's basically is because I drive up in this spot and then I got this timer, and I walk off and I do other things, and I return and then I go. Yeah, it really works. So I can get other things done in my house or whatever I need to do, and do this event, and it's working out well.
That's what I've been doing. I can go in, sit up in the corner. When all the ships are gone, I'll post the cords. Then I'll clear everything, maybe with the exception of 1 or 2 silos. And then I will sit there. And if somebody will join in, they can clear out the silos, and I can either go fix me a drink or go get me something to eat and all that, or step out for a quick smoke. And I know when I come back, if somebody popped in there, they finished it up and we all get points.
Apparently, from what I've been seeing too, you don't even have to go up and hide in the corner. You can actually just hide in the clouds down there, and all the boats just stay right by you.
I haven't tried that one yet.
Yeah, I haven't myself tried it, but I saw several people saying you could do it that way. I personally like going up and hiding in the corner and killing that little turret cluster just because it gives me extra points. You do occasionally, I don't know how many times you guys run into this, you get this occasional random ship, though, that just decides it wants to sail around the turret cluster and come over and nuke you with its scatter guns.
And you actually, I don't know, you actually sometimes, it's very rare, I don't even know, maybe 1 in 30, 1 in 50 times, you get a chain of 2 or 3, and they just drive right through you, even when you're back in that.
Okay, yeah, I've hit 54 or 55 targets now, and I haven't had that one happen to me. But I'd say probably 1 in every 15, I get that one stray ship that just wanders over and is like, "Oh, you're hiding over there. I'm going to come get you."
Yeah,
I had the 3 try and hit me last night.
You did? See, I'm telling you, I was sitting there going, well, okay, so I smoked too much. Then it happened to me again. And I'm like, okay, guess what? But I've hit 138 of them. So
I was going to say, sorry. Have any of you had trouble getting into battles on any of them? I got caught on 3. It wouldn't let me into the battle.
1.
Nope, I've not had that problem at all.
Been lucky because because obviously what happens is if you can't get in the battle, your fleet starts engaging the subs, and by the time I've got in, all I've got left is the flag. That's pretty. It's pretty painful if you can't get into the battle.
Now there was once or twice that I right-clicked the target and zoned out for a second, and I was like, "Oh shit, my battle started! I need to get in there."
I think there's 2 different type of mechanics for the 903 also that's running. Reason being, sometimes I can go up and sit in the corner, and one of the fall cutters on the other side of the screen will kill the fleet that's going around in front of us in that corner. But other times, you can go in there and the fall cutter that's been firing to that side sometimes gets taken out. So I don't know how that's working. That sometimes it's not hit by the fleets and it was able to take everything out, but then other times you do have to take a couple of the fleets out because the fall cutter that is shooting towards that way is gone.
Yeah, right.
It's happened a couple of times on me.
Oh yeah, you can get anywhere from 0 ships to 7. Sometimes I look up there when I come back because I do the timer and walk away deal, and I see sometimes there's 0 and sometimes there's 7. But even lag, like James and Mike in chatter are saying that even the lag and the flash crashes have been down this event. I noticed one lag, just a little lag at one point. when I mean it was just max people were on, and that was it. And then I've been really smooth also, and as far as I haven't had flash crashes either, and so it's I've left my screen on quite a long time during this event, probably longer than most raids because you have that wait period in the target. Well,
The only real lag that I saw was when Derpy was trying to stream live and he spun out a few times.
Yeah.
yeah,
That
Yeah.
was on the very first night.
I've also found that, I mean, it happened with me and Simba. We didn't mean to. We both hit the same target at the same time, and it lagged. I think because we were both going in at the same time. Simba got quite a bit of damage off it. I managed to get out of the way. But
No, Simba goes in a target, sits in the corner, goes to sleep, and then
yeah, that happened the other day too. Yeah, she did fall asleep.
Then times that, yeah.
Now, they're calling her out. She's not here.
She's not here. She's not here.
If she was here to defend herself, I'd be the first person to call her out.
oh heck, we've got to pick on her somehow. If we didn't, then she'd think we didn't love her.
Well, I've had the people where, I've seen the people where they jump in and, and then they just time it out and don't get the points just to be a pirate, and then the fight's on. I think that's the fun part, really. I'm watching a lot of battles, and I'm watching a lot of, who knows, really no-name players coming out of nowhere and just jumping in these battles, and it's funny. And then they got to find where they're at and go hit them, and the comms go wild. It's a pretty fun show.
Well, what I just think is funny is that the people whose targets they jump into get mad because it's not really costing them anything. They're getting their points for what they kill and their completion bonus, and the other guys just get the completion bonus. So it's not like it's taking anything away from them.
Well, sometimes
unless they're prepping for somebody else, then I could understand getting pissed.
Yeah, they're prepping for other people. And there's one player that jumps in with a single ship and somehow directs the ship towards you on purpose.
Oh, well then, yeah, that guy's just a dick.
and so, but that's going on, and I'm okay with that, really, and seriously, because that's pirated. That's part of the game here. Especially if we're all
get flattened from that.
Yeah, especially if we're all talking about, we're limiting it down to liking one target. That's what this one target has done. It's done all this, So
I like to find where you're hitting targets or else at every single target of yours, I'm going to use one boat to pull the chips over to you.
Yeah, I went and hid. I'm serious. I got my own little secret spot, and I'm there. But I'm just prepping for people. I'm way past done, as far as the points.
So, this is the biggest thumbs up raid they've had. My only complaint about this raid, I couldn't go a whole show without having some kind of complaint.
Right.
My only complaint about this raid is this prize list is a mess.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would really like to see something similar to either something similar to like the pillage prize list where you have it broken down on the side of the tokens and other stuff and blah 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 this, blah blah that. Or it's like when I go down and I find when I finally I click redeem, after I would get one, I would have the option to click redeem right away again without it like going away and me having to find it all over again.
Yeah, bouncing all the way back up.
That's getting annoying.
It is. That whole scroll and yeah.
This whole year, we've told them right after an event that it's broken, got to fix it. They fix it the following event, it's okay. And then the following events after that, it's broken again. So there's no follow-up going on, and hopefully after they get all this HTML conversion done, they can focus on actually doing things correctly.
But there's two different mechanics within the redemption part of it.
Yeah.
One where it'll, go to another screen and it'll just have that there and you redeem from down the bottom. and the other one where you got to redeem, you got to go onto the icon, redeem one, then it scrolls back up, then you got to find it again. There's two different. Why can't I just have it like the other one, where it goes to a separate screen? You've got your prize that you want to get, and you can just click redeem, and away you go.
Yeah, if you can buy all 50 or 40 kits or whatnot, just sit there and redeem, continue, redeem, continue.
Yeah.
Not this jumping back and forth crap.
Yeah.
Or
I
have
think like when
slider
you
bar.
first go in there and you're getting the main prizes, it does that.
Or let
like
us
you're saying.
bulk buy.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah, have a slider bar that says, okay, I have enough points for 3 of these. Let me slide this over to the 3 and hit redeem, and I get 3 of them.
Or just, even if you haven't got enough points to, say there's 10, and you've got enough to buy 5, you've got either a single one or all. Right? You just click all. Right? And it only takes, obviously, if you can only afford 5, it only takes 5. You only
But I mean,
buy
quite
5.
honestly, we're talking about first world problems at this point. You know, I mean, other than that, this raid, in my opinion, has been spot on where raids need to be.
Yeah. It's just, they need to just fix up the redemption part of it. And they'll be spot on there. Especially this raid.
yeah, that I mean, truly, because there's a couple of them where I think redeemed 10 or 20 of them. I can't remember. It felt like 20, but at least 10,
Yeah, it seems like 20.
right?
When you
And
want to redeem 5.
sitting here going, gee, and then I'm not the most thickest on this. I admit it, and I clicked the wrong one several times in the process, and so then I end up with things that I don't could care less with. You know, who knows? And but it happens. But yeah, it's just not user friendly. Here,
I've got a theory that the extra day of redemption is just to sort through that.
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, they probably need to do 2 extra days of redemption. That's just saying.
Right.
How about a button to hide all the interceptor stuff?
Yeah,
Yeah, that'd be
about that
great.
for you. I got something to say about that here in a minute.
Then say it.
Say it. Bring it.
The 12 days of Christmas,
Yeah.
the what we got, the interceptor upgrade tokens. I don't need those damn things.
Oh yeah, but that's all right because that's a free gift, and if some people do.
Yeah, I can't knock at the moment anything that's been given out to us for free. Again, that's another plus. At the moment, they're getting 2 pluses. You know, we've given 1 little knock on the prize redemption. That's bad, but 2 pluses. The co-op target has been great for the majority of players, and the 12 days of Kicksmas has again been good. They've been giving out stuff that again has been great, probably for catch-up players. There's 2 great catch-up things going on at the moment for players in the game.
Yes. I have to say, I've been so impressed with what they've been getting out in the Kicksmith stuff. Nothing that I personally need, but I've been so impressed with what it's been because, you know, I was expecting the normal Kicksai, oh, well, here's 10,000 uranium or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
So I was actually so impressed that I went and I gave them a personal kudos on Discord because of this, and I'm like, and that's something I hardly ever do. I very rarely am like, guys, you impressed me with this, but they honestly really impressed me with what the Kickstarter thing has been so far.
Yeah. I mean, you might get stuff that you don't want, but it's probably there's probably plenty of players out there that do want it. So, you know.
Yeah.
No, there really are. I mean, there still are people that are doing the shipwrecks. I mean, I am definitely not one, but there are, you know, so.
Well, when they gave out the first day, when we got the build tokens or whatever it was for the Pegasus, I already had some and all that. And I'm like, well, I got these. I'm going to lose a couple of them. And thank you, Kix. I actually got the, it went over the limit and I was able to keep them.
Yeah. I mean, so it's a good. This 12 days of Christmas, I don't even. They're not doing just like Damnation just said. You know, the 10,000 uranium, or the 4 hours or ship repair. You know what I'm? You know, these are valid prizes. So, and if they're actually things that if I don't need them, that's probably the prizes they should be giving out, because you know what I mean. These people behind me can get further up. So
Yeah, if there's something that we don't personally need, there's definitely people out there that definitely need this stuff.
yeah,
Definitely true.
Totally.
And I mean, I would be willing to bet that the number of people who can't use those 12-hour build tokens that they gave out is very, very few and far between, especially after we got like the 11 limited missiles. Because I know there's way more people in the game who don't have all limited missiles on their boats than there are who do.
yeah, for sure. that's a positive. I mean, that's for sure.
Yeah, I was going to say, I would also bet that there's 98% of the people who play, there's still that one little tweak they would like to do to their fleet to make it just a little bit better or whatever. And guess what?
Yeah.
You can do that for free now.
Yeah, because you don't want to use a one-day token, and it's too long for you to do it during the day. You know, if you want to use it right then and there. Yeah, a 12-hour one is good. They're definitely a good thing with this one.
I have been using.
So, do we want to speculate at all on what might be in the rest of the days of Kixmas?
No.
If there is a single build token for this ship, I'll just be thrilled. I am concerned about total build time and getting a fleet out for myself. I know that when I worked up the numbers, I think you do have enough time if you had saved, I guess, 12 days of tokens prior coming into this.
Are you counting the flag though?
No.
Yeah, I think not counting the flag and having a week less between raids this time than we did last time, because last time we had 4 weeks and this time we're only going to have 3. I'm not sure that people are going to be able to get out full fleets without a little bit of help. So I'm hoping, towards the end of the Kixmas thing, there might be some bonus tokens in there for current stuff, and that's where it'll be something that for everybody,
Yeah, I agree. And that's kind
I
of
was saving the FM tokens from last week and the chests, or 2 weeks ago, and the chests from last week. I have one Riot 3/4 done. It has no armor on it, and it's missing a special or two. But I did that in order to fit in the amount of tokens I had. Now the rest of the fleet
hang on a second, because you confused me. You're saying you saved 2 weeks worth of chests?
I opened 1 week of chests, and then saved a week of chests.
Yeah.
Oh,
so I had stacked tokens.
Okay, gotcha. Because the way you said it made it sound like somehow you saved 2 weeks of chests. And I was like,
I wish I could.
Yeah.
The rest of my fleet, I'm building 3 more ships blank. I am not going to build a 5th. I'm going to wait for the flagship to drop. Some people go out and actually build the 5th. I don't.
I think people only ever went ahead and built the 5th when we didn't get the flag before the raid, but we almost always get the flag before the raid and pillage now, so I don't know too many people who built that 5th one anymore.
Right.
I'm debating about whether upgrading first before doing the actual refit build.
Yeah, the upgrades as well. That's going to be the killer,
Well, you'll run out of, mathematically. You run out of days to upgrade it. You can build the fleet, or you can upgrade it. I mean, you're out of days. I've done the math.
Well, odds are too that, don't forget, probably like the week right before the raid is, we probably will get a TLC that we can actually earn build tokens and upgrade tokens if they hold true to what they've been doing. we'll
Yeah.
get a week where we actually can get some of that, so that'll help a little bit.
Yeah, and actually that it all depends. Everything depends on that. They could have a huge build time on a hull, but if they delivered it correctly and had TLC things that you could advance that fleet in the correct order, we don't know. But
Well,
if
I'm interested too because I'm seeing some of you and some of the people in chat and hearing some of you guys talking about the increase in build time. But I'll be quite honest. I did up my mock build that I'm probably going to go with, and when we compared it to Pegasus builds, and they seemed fairly on point. So I'm not sure what you guys are doing different than what.
I think the base aren't we off our a blank hull? Aren't we a day larger on a blank hull?
I don't think so because I think the blank Peggies were 4 days as well.
See, I thought they were 3, but I mean I could.
I'll log into the game and check real quick.
And that's what I'm just going by in my head. That I really.
And the biggest thing for everyone to do is to build them blank first, and then refit them to get the refit discount that your labs provided. If you just build a ship straight out, it's going to cost you longer build time and more resources if you happen to coin it, which is frowned upon.
No, it actually, if you don't build blank, it has a ripple effect, and actually, because not only that you'll have one more complete ship, but when your others come out, you won't have a ranking weekend to get them ranked. It's all in a timing thing. You need to get these blank hulls ranked. This is the shot. So, I mean, that's the real reason is not only
XP.
Yeah, you got to. I mean, they're not going to work in an event not ranked. Well, I don't know. They could work in the bottom of this one. Sit in the bottom of a 903.
Okay, so there's about a 6-hour difference between the Pegasus blank and the Riot blank.
Okay.
I've got a request for the last day of Kicksmas, where you only get one thing. One full fleet of Riots, fully built, fully ranked, fully upgraded. Including the flag, of course.
Of course.
It's only one item.
I was going to go for an upgraded OP. And here is upgraded OP. Make it a song.
So is everybody squeezing in their TLCs too during the raid time?
Yes.
No, I haven't gotten anything done. But I mean,
well, the Turrets of Terror Elite thing you can just auto with your Praetorian suit.
Do the tokens stack?
Yeah, the build tokens that are in there go into the 200 queue, not your regular, 2 capacity. So yeah, you can stack them up, a bunch of them.
Okay. Good deal.
Yeah, and a good Praetorian fleet will eat up the Turrets of Terror for free. Very easy.
Yeah.
You 3 dragons do it too.
Yeah.
Cuttlefish, the answer to your question is 14 days and 7 hours for a straight up build without doing blank.
And you're on doing that on Kickstarter, not on Facebook with officers, correct?
Yes, that's in the Kixeye browser. Unfortunately, Kixeye does not give us the officers for the discount.
Well, I know what I'm going to be using my 7-day token on.
No, they can put some 7-day tokens in the raid or Kicksmas.
Unless that'll be on the 7th day of Christmas. Of Kicksmas.
Yeah. 7-day build token. 7 7-day build tokens.
That would be nice.
So I'll be honest, I really don't have any complaints, so I'm not sure what to talk about.
I know.
Wanna jump into
They've
BP
stuffed
next
us up.
week?
There's no, usually the shows go longer because we've got shit to complain about. They've buggered us up.
Well, we've got next week. Yeah, I suppose we're going to get there.
Yeah, we still got next week. Yeah,
Yeah, next week's a doozy.
they get a whole week to frick it up.
Well,
I-
next week, BP Calendar's got 2 updates running back to back, right?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
means the Krampus event, they'll be off. Nobody will be in to operate anything. Or it'll be a skeleton crew.
Skeleton. Yeah.
Uh-oh. That don't sound good.
It depends on how, important of an event it is, and how well it's run.
Well, it's probably not going to be much of an event because it's going to be Christmas, isn't it?
I know.
Yeah.
I'm hoping.
Yes.
They'll have somebody work. They'll have somebody.
Oh
on
yeah.
just to-
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm just hoping it's not a,
The janitor.
that thing you need to grind. I hope it's not a grinder.
All right. Well, since we started talking about it already, I guess we'll go into it. That, of course, we have the 9.51 and the 9.52 updates coming in next week. That's they're going to have 2 TLCs, building updates, VXP weekends, and the Krampus event, and the December Forsaken mission. So yeah, there's a lot going on in that update. I'm assuming the December Forsaken mission is where we'll see the new skirmish armor for concussive.
Hopefully.
Yes, I believe it says that.
Yeah, because that's what it says on the next thing. And there's how exciting! There's a new top level Praetorian target.
Oh,
Just leave the goddamn things alone, man. People aren't even adjusted to the last switch up he did yet.
right.
Still, we're trying to work out the bugs to do the 133. If
I
anything,
mean,
get rid of
it's sad. It's sad when I feel like the FM is actually where I'm starting to fall behind now, as opposed to fucking raids and pillage and all that shit.
Yeah, no, I'm right there with you. I'm not even. I don't do them. I mean, I do them very little. I get the tokens and then I call it I'm done. Just because it's gotten out of hand.
my sector alone. I don't think I've seen that many people hitting the 137. I've seen nobody hitting the 125s. It's a couple of people still getting the 133s, and most people are doing 129s or reverting back to the old targets of the 120s and the 121s.
I see 120s, 121s. 120s still getting hit everywhere. So
And if you come on to try and do your FM when everybody else is doing those, it's very hard to find targets. You got to try and come on at the odd hours.
And I have no shame in my game. I'm going and I've gotten 133s to do my FM, and I'm not ashamed of it at all.
I don't even still know what to do there. I'm hitting the 129s. It's working out. They work pretty good, and I auto.
Some of us can only hit the 120s. Reason being, we are still trying to get some upgrades done on those.
Even with Kixeye removing the one torrent from the 133 and changing the point value that you get for getting, people are still getting them.
Yeah, I get like 1.9 million for going in and gut.
It used to be 2.4 million, but it's not that big of a difference. So
And to answer your question, Cuttlefish, yes, I think the 137 is leaving.
I think I already know what one of the TLCs is going to be next week. It's going to be the Praetorian, probably the Praetorian TLC, where you can go in and get tokens and kits and everything. but yet that was hard enough the last time.
But what makes you think that's going to be one of the TLCs?
Well, they've been rotating the same TLCs around and around. I mean, the ones we had Turret Terror last month, atone for the Ferryman we've had past couple of months.
Hmm.
Some of these we've had over and over and over again the last couple of months. So that's one of the reasons why I think that's going to be one of them. So everybody still needing kits or upgrade tokens or whatever, they'll have that one out again.
That's a good thing we can talk about. What's everybody got for? Are they doing okay with? I'm not. My fleet's not upgraded. I'm doing all right. I mean, I had to change my build around a little bit, and for my style of play, but so it's a little different than others. But I'm doing all right with that. Mine's at U2. Oh, my lead's at U3, but my fleet's U2.
Was that your Praetorians or your Pegasus?
My Pegasus. I'm sorry.
Oh.
On the raid fleet.
Mine are all U2. My flag is X1.
Okay.
I just haven't had the time to get them all to U3 because like I said, I'm also trying to get my FM fleet up to upgrade it.
No, yeah. I didn't mean to have a flashback and jump back on the raid there. It just came to my mind that we didn't talk about. So yeah, but my Praetorians, I think, yeah, I'm still. They always need work. I mean, depends on the target I hit. I have to tune them to the target. So if I'm going to plan on hitting whatever they come out with next, if my 129 goes away, then I have to tune it for a different target. The way they do things anymore, it's just not. It's not this one build matches all their targets. You know what I mean?
Praetorian fleet, unfortunately, is a constantly evolving. Each week I have to try and fix and tweak things, and I'm still not happy with my fleet. Put it that way.
And it's very hard to try to fix and tweak things when you're in the midst of building a whole other raid fleet.
Right.
Yep.
Wasn't it? Let's see. Last couple of months when we were trying to run Pillage and FM at the same time, it seemed like that we needed two different fleets because Pillage was like one mechanic that you needed your fleet built one way, and then FM is another mechanic where you needed to have it built a different way.
Yeah, because one would be more explosive intense and the other one would be more missile intense.
Yeah.
Yep.
I did have a conversation with them about trying to standardize that damage across the FM and Pillage, so we'll see if that discussion took any traction or not.
Well, it would be nice if we didn't have to use our FM fleet to run the Pillage event.
Yeah, I agree. I'd love to be using my Pegasus during Pillage,
I take my Pegasus out, hit whatever you need for the top targets, I could take it out. If I take a little bit more damage, I could send it back. While it's repairing, I could run the FM. But when you're using your FM fleet to run Pillage, well, you have to figure something out.
But I can guarantee you from their perspective, if you're using two different fleets, that doesn't put as much pressure on you to coin repairs. That's why they make it so you're using that fleet to do two different things. Just like the same reason we have to use our Pegasus fleets. Well, you don't have to, but Pegasus fleets are going for the Toll for the Ferryman campaign this week as well as for the event.
I'm still using my Saturns on that one. When it gets down to the last couple of targets, and I'm down to the mastery round. So when it gets down to the last two targets, I've got two fleets. If I have to go into suicide in order to beat the time, I go into suicide. And I figure out a way to get them repaired while I'm running the raid. So I'm actually doing both of them at the same time. I don't have to use my Pegasus, so I'm doing pretty good on it.
And anyone that's doing the Torrents of Terror, you can do it with one unranked Praetorian, and it will destroy everything with ease. Or you can go back and use your dragons like it's suggested.
So this would be what this goes down in history as the most positive event in a year at least.
This may go down in history as the most positive crow's nest show ever in the history of the entire time we've done it.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
No, it's true. I mean,
Yeah, it is.
I think we've all been replaced with evil clones.
no, but I want them to know that also too, because sometimes I know that they feel that we're always just complaining, and
At the same point in time, though, you can't give them too much credit because then they'll think, "Oh, well, we did too good. We're going to have to make things harder."
No.
So here's a screw you, Kicks Eye. So there, now you don't feel like we were overdoing it on the niceness.
No, exactly. If you can duplicate it, okay. Duplicate it.
Well, we all like to help out other players. Instead of having to do the way we've been doing it, like in the raids and all that, go in, hit a target, at least something you've got to jump out. At least, we don't have to do that anymore.
Right. I mean, we always found a workaround. We still prep for people, right? So why not just make it easy?
Keep it the way it is right now, and
Yeah.
You definitely need more co-op.
Well, exactly. And I know there's few out there that say no, and because there's players out there that don't have the assistance. But in all honesty, what I'm seeing, I see people just asking open comms, and sure, no problem. And people are saying if you're asking, you jump in. So they're actually building friendships here.
My only thing I have, I'll say the same thing I always say about co-op. I don't have a problem with targets that are co-op as long as those same targets can also be soloed.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
That way the guy who either doesn't have anybody to help him or just doesn't like playing with other people for whatever reason can still do the target.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. You can co-op it, but you can do it yourself if you want to. That's the best way. It's got to be a target for both players.
Too bad they couldn't do. Too bad they couldn't do some of the TLCs like this. Reason being, I remember.
Well, they used to.
Yeah, I remember the Buck TLC that you can go in and help players out, and the player that jumps in that helps the one that starts it. Wasn't a couple times they got a couple extra prizes for helping the person?
I think, if I recall correctly, you got shards for skins, I believe. I think, isn't that where we got the shards for like the razor tail skins and the fat ray skins the first time around?
Yeah.
No, they've had this back in the Buck raid.
Well, I know, but it was. I don't think it was for the Buck raid. I thought it was for getting people to Buck fleet, but I didn't think. I don't know. I don't remember.
Oh, it was. I'm not the raid, but it was for the TLC that I think they were able to help. Then there was one I think it was you needed an Eradicator fleet and a Shrike fleet to run the TLC. If I remember right.
Huh. Well, yeah, I mean, but it's really good. It has worked out really good. I think that It's kind of how I met so many players, and is the interaction, and that's what it's causing. I'm watching it in the sector I'm at.
Real quick, there are some prizes I want to highlight based on like builds that we've all been looking at over the past couple of days for what we're going to do with our riots, and pretty much the similar specials that we've all came up with that are available in the raid that I kind of want to highlight. The hydro atomizer nozzles. If you don't have enough of those for a fleet, I would grab those if you can. Same with hyper 30s. Take a look at how many anti-torps you have in your inventory. If you don't have enough to go across your fleet, pick up some of those. Gale 4s, I'm not sure, because until I see the target, I'm not sure like if that explosive damage can be outran, or if it's going to be something you need to countermeasure, or we know it'll be explosive damage, but it might not even necessarily be like the quote-unquote mortar missiles. It could be like rockets or something this time. We don't know until we see that target. So, but like, yeah, the hydro atomizer nozzles, the hyper 30s, and the anti-torpedoes are specials that I would definitely recommend picking up if you don't have them.
Yeah, I went in and looked at my inventory to see what I had, and I saw that I was going to be needing some of those. So that's the reason why I started hitting more targets and be able to get the points that I'm needing to get those, because I'm still using my bat rays. I'm still using my silverfish, which has those on them. So I don't want to let them go yet for uranium targets.
Right.
So yeah, I'm needing to go in and get some of those. So everybody does need to check their inventories, see what they have, and if they have enough, they don't need the points. But if they don't, um, calculate your points up that you're needing, and if you're in the sectors where you need help, ask for the help so you can get your points to get everything that you actually do need.
Ozzy, exactly what are we screen sharing?
No idea.
It's a highlighter.
Oh, okay. Oh, because I was highlighting prizes. Gotcha. I'm a little slow today. That's all good, though.
No problem. Took me a little while to find a picture.
Right. Cool. So,
No worries.
I don't know.
I want to jump off topic for a few minutes.
Make it quick minutes, because my dog needs to go out.
Yeah. Okay. We all complaining about shipwrecks. Now, how many of y'all would have really enjoyed playing something like that if they gone in and say like with an older fleet or something like that, build it with research tech or something like that, and just have fleet versus fleet battles with them?
Okay, let me be very clear on something. Myself, I have no problems with the shipwreck event. I have no problems with the current interceptors. What I have a problem with was when they introduced upgrades, because that took away the quote-unquote completely even playing field.
Exactly.
So I would even say if they would take away upgrades from the current interceptors, I would go do shipwrecks again, because I did it the first time when we didn't have to.
Yeah. Which they can't do because people would complain because they've coined it, or
Right,
spent
but what
time
they
getting
could
them built.
do was just auto upgrade everybody else's fleets to current, max upgraded level, and then from there on out, leave upgrades out of it.
Yep.
Well, what I'm saying is that if everybody go in and maybe build from the old fleets like the missile storm cruiser, using research tech and everything, everybody build what they think, would help them, and for just a couple of days, you battle other players with just missile storm cruisers,
Well, that
and
was
maybe
the
come
tournament.
up with a little story. Or I can't remember the one right now. It's completely slipped my mind that everybody used to storm the seas with quite a while back. What was that one?
I don't know, but I could tell you right now, I wouldn't do it. Even if it was only a day or two to build each ship, I don't have the spare shipyard time to be
Yeah.
building something that I'm going to use for pretty much nothing.
That's why I don't do interceptors. I don't have the repair time. I don't have the build. I don't have the build time. That's truly why I don't do that. It's just got. I had to cut something out. I don't have. I don't. I actually don't want to be on the game is that much. That you
But
know.
hang on, isn't then that just the arena
Yeah. It would.
that I never did?
Yeah, but what the arena turned out to immediately after a matter of days was certain ships with certain builds where every single person had, and so then they had to change it to, and introduce new arena hulls, and so they it's I don't know about the whole
Yeah,
thing.
but I'm saying what Stormcatcher's saying, about building ships. Well, that's basically just the arena. You just
Yeah.
use the ships that you got.
The arena seemed like it ain't. It's gone days and past. But what I'm saying, leave out the arena and just meet on the map and run. You do your battle. If you happen to survive it, or you go back and repair, then go out and find somebody else to battle. Or you can't battle your same alliance players, but you can battle other alliances or single players and that, and just have maybe just in it have maybe just upgrade tokens or kits or something like that. And you win so many battles, you have like a leaderboard, but not for the alliance. It's just a single player leaderboard, and I think it would more people would participate because you're just using a certain fleet with just research tech that's out of our labs. You build the best you can and you go out and just try to win as many battles as you can in a couple of days instead of, okay, I got to build this fleet, then I've got to rank it. When I hit a target, will I be able to, you know, you don't have to hold a target so long or anything like that. Somebody's going to definitely come in with, since you got so many different type of fleets and all that, of course, one fleet's going to turn out to be better than the other. But what I'm saying is just one fleet, research tech, and just battle it out on the map. Just a couple of days and just have fun. Open a fleet versus fleet kind of event.
I mean, technically, there's nothing keeping you from doing that now. You just won't get any prizes.
I wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I honestly, with older ships, I wouldn't do it anymore either because I don't have the shipyard time to devote towards building them, even if they're only like a day or two or whatever to build. I don't have that spare day or two. I got a current raid fleet I'm trying to build. I got an FM fleet I still need to try to fix, and I got other stuff that I got to build.
Yeah, there's so much things we still got to do in the actual game itself, build times and events. And I mean, I get it if you're saying it to replace one of the other events that we've been getting into, like shipwrecks. But
what I'm also could say, if they if it's going to pop up and you want to enter it, they say once as soon as you click enter, you can instant build your fleet. You can't instant refits or anything like that, but you can instantly build your fleet in a little special shipyard that's inside. Like the screen that we, when we enter bounty.
It sounds like an arena.
Yeah, it's just arena.
Yeah, but you can't instant build your fleets in it either. But I'm just saying, if they did something like that, how many people would maybe enjoy doing something like that?
Nope,
Okay.
not me.
No, I mean
It's too much
yeah,
to do.
so you could I mean there might be some. For me, there's too much to do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely too much to
I'm not looking for anything added. I'd like some
do.
removal.
Okay.
You know, but seriously. So
I was just thinking, trying to come up with something else that maybe players might be able to have fun at.
So I got a question. With us having the crack and snatch thing or whatever it is this coming week, what are we going to lose? Because generally we have pillage, we have shipwrecks, and we have bounty, and those take up to 3 weeks or whatever.
I think we're going to a bounty.
I'm thinking shipwrecks is what we're losing.
That'd be good. But
Oh, that'll be a
Because
shame.
isn't shipwrecks generally the week after the raid?
yes. Right? No.
I'm pretty sure.
Ranking,
They've
ranking, and shipwrecks. Correct?
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah, you're totally right. Ranking shipwrecks.
So yeah, I'm thinking we might be losing shipwrecks this month unless they run it at the same time. Well, they kind of run it at the same time as bounty already anyway.
No, we've got this Krampus snack, haven't we? That's what's happening, isn't it?
Yeah, and I don't see anything at all about shipwrecks. So I'm thinking maybe we're losing the shipwreck event itself this month, and it's just getting lumped in with pillage.
Yeah.
Or not pillage, but bounty.
I just hope we don't have, 3 certain type of events running at the same time. That would really be a headache.
Especially if they use the same fleet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why half the reason I'm not doing the FM, because we were using our fleet to do an event.
Pillage.
Yeah, so then, because it runs, all over the weekend, and there's only like 2 days left, or to do the actual FM. So I'm not doing the whole thing like I was before. I'm just getting the basics now.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of us that are playing this game, I mean, we're caught up on the FM as much as we need. A lot of the other armors, which is taking the specific ones that we need going forward. So.
I mean, what I might do,
Yeah.
say we're doing the event and we're using the garrison fleet, I'll quickly go into the FM, pick up the tokens, and then go back to the event.
Just go gut some 133s and use the total separate fleet. So
Yeah.
you're good.
Oh, yeah, you could do that, yeah.
All right. Well, anyway, my dog's screaming. He's got to go outside, so we're cutting this. We're over time anyway. So, thanks for coming out and watching us, everybody. Give us a thumbs up, subscribe. If you're not on the page, request to join the page, and we will talk to you next week. Laters.
Bye.
Good night.
Bye, y'all.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, all.
All bye.